So I am back, and this is part two. Alright, so we are almost finished with this guy here, but you get the gist of what I'm doing. So I'm going to move on to Mrs. Puff over here. We're going to use mango. So I'm going to go back to my topic, because if anyone was watching and you were like, oh my god, she cut off when she was talking about the have and have nots. So I'm going to finish that, and then we'll just move on to something else. But so yeah, Candace had a rough upbringing. We find out in this season why her mother was treated her the way that she did. But of course, Candace is very jaded. And if you ever watched that movie Misery, there's a line in there that says sometimes being a bitch is all a woman has to hang on to, or something like that. And that's Candace. Like, that's her defense mechanism. That's how she survived. That's how she's learned to survive, by acting as if she doesn't give a damn about anything or anyone other than herself and her son, who sadly dies on the show. But that's something totally different. It's a lot to get into when you start going into the details of the show. It's definitely a show that you really have to watch to find out what all is going on. But basically, Candace is pretty much the femme fatale of the show. Like, if you meet Candace, it probably not going to turn out well for you. You know, she's the bad guy of the show. But you know, I like her character because I know that she's the way that she is, because she been through a lot, and she doesn't like to rely on people. She really only has love for herself and her brother, and she's mad at her brother right now. But her brother Bunni is a super sweet guy, a mama's boy, but he loves his sister. So it's a good show. It's definitely, like I said, a soap opera, so it's a lot going on. You will probably have to watch it from the beginning to really see what's going on, how the dynamics are working, and why the characters are doing what they do. So I'm gonna go in here and just add some orange to the bottom of these. I guess some prickles or spikes or whatever you call them on, a puffer fish. Just right at the end of those, bring it up a little bit, I guess. So yeah, that's what I've caught up on Power and the Have and the Have-Nots. And which is why they call the Have and the Have-Nots, because one family has it and another family does not. And then you have the well-to-do family is a black family. Okay, so the rich family is a white family. The well-to-do family is a black family. And the matriarch of that family, Veronica, is plumb crazy, but she is my girl. I like her as well. The father is super loving. He loves his son. The son is he is, I don't want to say easily manipulated, but he has toughened up as the seasons has gone on. Let's say that. And again, Veronica is a lawyer, and her husband, whose name I can't think of right now, is a judge. So they have a good plot line. Veronica tried to kill the husband. Well, not tried to kill him, but she did. Well, she said she didn't try to kill him, but she did set the house on fire while he was in it because she was mad at him. And you know, she's one of those where she came from the hood, I think. I'm not really sure, I don't remember, but I think she did. And it's one of those things where you can take the hood out the chick, but you can't take you can take the chick out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the chick, because she, as much as she tried to act highfalutin and high sedity, she does get her ghetto moments or her hood moments. And you know, she's a dangerous one. You do not want to get on her bad side, that's for sure. And people are starting to learn that. But also Catherine as well has shown that she is not a pushover as well. So the show is really just egos and bad decisions and misjudgments, and anything that can go wrong in a situation will probably go wrong, and somebody's going to have to come around and fix it later on. They have the FBI on their back because there's a couple of murders involved that is still trying to get sorted out. There's a potential presidential candidate that was interested in Candace, but now his assistant is interested in him, but the assistant is gay and the president to be is not. So that's another issue going on. It's so much. But it's an interesting show. If you like to just escape into other people, to a fictional drama, then that's the show. That's a good show to go for. And so that's what I've watched so far. I'm thinking later on today I'm probably going to try to watch Shooter, because I like the movie. So hopefully the show is as good. If not, I'll just, find another show. Netflix is pretty good about having all these shows lately. So right now I'm using Mango, and that was the first color I laid down as well. I'm just going over it again with the same color. That was, this red part was that fiery rose, and then the orange was over the spikes. And now we're going to go over all of that with Mango. And in the background, I am watching Cedric the Entertainer stand up. So you may hear some curse words, little vulgarity, But it's low, so hopefully it's not that bad. You won't be able to hear it too bad. And my memory on this phone is pretty low, which is why it's cutting off 30 minutes into the coloring. So this will probably take one more part or maybe two. So, has anyone seen any good stand-ups lately? I love stand-ups. I watched Marlon's Wokish, and it was alright. And I watched Nick Cannon's stand-up, and it was okay as well. Of course, Kevin Hart, I watched that. It was pretty funny. It took a slow start, I will say. At first, I was like, where is he going with this? Moving into this, neighborhood and lifestyle and stuff. I'm like, okay. But once he got going, it was pretty alright. And then I watched Martin. And again, he started off a little bit slow, and I was like, oh no. But then as he got going, I was like, yes, okay, here we go. Here's Martin. And it ended up being really great. And I'm going to end up watching it again. Because I really like Martin. I've missed that show so much. I used to, like, it was one of those times where, you know, you would not want to miss the show. Or you would just record it. But you did not want to miss Martin. It was one of those shows where when it came on, you were hoping that you didn't have to work or you didn't have to do anything else so you could catch the show. And there were times when I had to work and I was like, oh my gosh. And it was like when that show came out, I had just had my first job. I'm telling y'all my age right off the bat. If you if you can figure out when that happened, but I was working at the time. And whenever I had to work that shift, I was like, no, I'm gonna miss Martin. So I finished Mrs. Puff, and I like that. I like how she came out. And so I'm gonna go back over here and finish up this guy. Let's just go ahead and finish him. I was gonna smooth him out off camera, but this is still Mango. I just smooth out his top part, and then you all will be able to see his finished glory on my finished what's the name. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pause real quick while I get my colors together for her crown. Okay, so I'm going to get started on this little ruby part. We're just going to, I'm making it a ruby. Let's put it that way. And I'm just going to go ahead and just straight color that red. I'm not going to do anything extra with it. That's just going to be straight red. And you know what? I'll go ahead and make these red as well. And they keep hitting around that they may do a reboot of Martin. And I'm kind of happy about it, but at the same time, I'm hearing that maybe Cole won't be a part of it. And Tommy, the guy who played Tommy, has died. So I don't really know how that would work. I really liked Cole's character, and it wouldn't be the same without Tommy either. So I don't know. I don't know how that would work. I'm glad that they're thinking about doing it though, because it was a great show. It really was. And that show, the Cosby Show, Different World, Living Single. And Living Single was, oh my God, it's so good. I loved Maxine's character. She was just intelligent and strong, and just she knew what she wanted. She wasn't self-conscious. She was all about strength. And I liked her dynamic with Cal, with Cal's character. And I just liked all the characters, but she was my favorite. Her and Overton. So Have you all listened to any music? Have y'all heard the new Jay-Z Beyonce album they have together? People are, it's been mixed reviews. Some people like it, some people don't. They think Beyonce should have stayed in her lane with her singing. Even though, if you really pay attention to her career, she has always tried to incorporate some type of rap and her rapping into her music. So people really shouldn't be that surprised about it. Also, you know, she's been married to Jay-Z for a while now. And you can't be married to someone for so long and not have that person influence you, you know. And musically, I'm sure they influence each other. And she did a great, I think she did a great job. I think that that was a great album to for her to rap on, because it's a joint album. It's not just her project. So she was able to be more free because it's a joint project. It's not a Beyonce album. I don't think she would have, she, as good as she is and as great of big of a fan base that she has, I don't think she would ever do a straight rap album of her own. So this was a good way for her to do something that she's probably been wanting to do, but figured her fan base wouldn't want her to have a whole album or even a whole song where she raps on. So she was able to do something new, and it surprises me when people get so, and I'm sorry about the camera moving so much, but it surprises me when people get so want to lock a person into a box so heavily, and especially when it wasn't just her on the album. You know, sometimes people want to have fun. And that was an album that I think she felt like she could have fun with and do something different and not be people be so critical of it because it was a joint album. And also, I think people didn't really get where they were going with the album because from comments that I've heard people say, oh, they're bragging about their money, and you know, it's very a very self-indulgent album, and it's really not if you listen to the lyrics that they say, and that they're really about empowerment and helping other people. You know, she, in the album, you have to take it not just single words, single phrases, but the entirety of the album, as well as an extension of Jay-Z's previous album that he did. It's kind of a continuation of that album, in that he is them saying we're this way, but you can be too. We're this way, but you know, it doesn't mean anything if we're the only ones. We're this way and you're not. Like when they say we're this way but you're not, they also giving examples of why you're not. Like you're not this because you're so focused on yourself. You're not this because you're not coming together with other people and building a vision. Like, they have a line in it, and if you really listen to it, it's saying that if you have money and everyone around you doesn't have money, then you don't have money. Like, you're not helping anybody. You're the big dog, but okay, so why? But why? You should, if you're eating, if you have this and you have this business, where is everybody else? Like, go help somebody. Build people up. Or at least that's what I took from the album. Is that you have to build each other up if you want to get anywhere in life, if you want to change circumstances, and things like that. I really enjoyed the album and the message that I feel like they were trying to put out there. You know, a lot of people are saying, oh, Jay-Z's jumping on the bandwagon. There's been conscious rappers that have been, saying the same thing for years, and that is true. But again, you have to listen to Jay-Z's past albums, past interviews, when he said, I could have been a conscious rapper. I have the skills to be that type of rapper, but I chose to make money. And you can kind of say that's messed up if you want to, but at least he was honest with it. He said he wanted to sell records, he wanted to make money. If you look at his background, and well, not even look at his background, he tells you his background in most of his music. He was a drug dealer, and drug dealers think about money. That's what they do. They think about money, how to make money. That's really kind of their focus. So to get mad at that he said that would be silly. He was being honest. And people like to pigeonhole him to that, and I've seen people say, oh, advice from a drug dealer, blah blah blah. Well, what is he supposed to be? What would you say about him if he was at the age he is now, still rapping about the same thing, or still feel the same way? Like, he's not allowed to grow, he's not allowed to change his opinion. It would be one thing if one year he said this at 25, and then at 26, all of a sudden he's a changed person. It's been years since he's been out. You would think that, yeah, he would change after being, aging and living life and experiencing the change in the country, change in the community, and situations like that. So, I don't know. People are judgmental, I guess is what I want to say. This crown, the gold part, I used gold and yellow, and I used Harvest Gold. I'm happy with it, so I'm going to leave that alone. And we're going to probably end this one. I'm going to work on these starfish off camera, so when I come back, we'll have a smooth out fish. The starfish will be done, and all we'll have to do is focus on this girl right here. And so that will be part 3. I'm not sure if part 3 will be uploaded today, but it will be uploaded soon. Okay, so thank you all for watching part 2. And this time, this 25 minutes really went by fast, I tell you. But we're getting there. I think all that is here. We're going to do something fun with it, I think. Yep. Alright, so until the next video.